tell by the song that I entered with that I think you know what I'm really here to talk about. Of course, you can tell by the title. Shout out JT and the Bigga Figga for Game Recognized Game. I want to do something a little different since I'm going to be discussing the last All Pro Wrestling show of the year. The Podfather here, ladies and gentlemen, of course, for the BC. Yeah, APW Game Recognized Game last night. I'm doing this about 5:21 p.m. on a Saturday. I normally have it up to you guys way earlier, but I was tired, man. Tired. I worked pretty long day that or tomorrow yesterday, sorry, and then went to the show, but had a great time. Some card subject to change as possible in the world of pro wrestling. That always happens. Sean Spears was unable to make it, so Marcus Mack had to switch around some stuff. He worked his ass off to make it happen, but Marcus, he does a phenomenal job with APW. This is the number one pro wrestling organization in California, not just the Bay Area, East Bay, whatever, to California, hands down. So I didn't do an in-depth analysis of notes like I would normally do at a show. Just want to kind of chill back and really just enjoy the last APW show of the year. So here we go. Of course, I went with Brandon, and we did an interview with Keita Murray, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on in the show. So, APW Game Recognized Game. The number one match was Cult 45, the brother-in-laws, War Pig Jody Christofferson and Wrestling Personified Rick Luxury. They are going up against the APW Worldwide Internet Champion and Wrestling with Regret YouTube Champion Levi Shapiro, Timeless Levi Shapiro. And the Shapiro was accompanied to the ring with his tag team partner being for the night King Fat Boy Papa Esco. And former, I don't know if he's still with New Japan in the Young Lions program, but Buddy Royal, the former tag team partner of Levi Shapiro from the Classic Connection days, he made a run-in out of nowhere at the Bayshore Community Center Boys and Girls Club, and he just started beating the hell out of Levi before the match even started. We were like, Buddy. That was really cool to see. And yeah, Brian was trying to get him off of him, and Esco, I don't even know, he couldn't really even see where he was. He kind of just probably just sitting back watching. But anyway, so after that, Levi was, of course, all dazed and confused for a second. But the match gets underway, and it was a fine tag opener. But yeah, Colt 45, they get the win, they get the big victory. Not Shapiro, but Rick Luxury hits his single knee facebuster. It's kind of like basically a code breaker, ladies and gentlemen. Or Gregory Helms, his finishing move that he used like during the mid-2000s, during that cruiserweight era where he was no longer the Hurricane. That move, single knee facebuster, that's what he used. And then, of course, Jody hits a spear on Shapiro for the 1-2-3. So since Jody got the win, maybe he gets Shapiro sometime in the future for the Worldwide Internet Championship. You never know. But it was nice to see Colt 45 together and doing this. It was great. No Bad Boys Inc. on the show because they were booked in another territory the same night. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on from that. We're going to go to the Executioner, formerly Amish Johnson. He defeats Chicano Flame because he attacked him at the last APW show of Halloween Hell. He defeats Chicano Flame via DQ because they were fighting out into the crowd, chairs flying everywhere, and then Chicano Flame just hits the Executioner with a chair. And I was surprised Chicano Flame could do some of the stuff he did. I'm not going to lie to you. He did a running senton off of the apron, and then he had a crossbody off of the top rope inside of the ring on Executioner. I was like, oh, okay. Honestly, God, didn't think he could do any of that, but hey, more power to you, man. More power to you. I love it. Yeah, so hopefully we get to see in 2020 a match between these guys with an actual conclusion, a real conclusion. Oh, my Snapchat just went off. You can probably hear that. And if you can't, we're just going to keep moving on. All right, next up, we have a special attraction match. We have Adam Thornstowe from Reno Scum. He went up against the future Dave Dutra. Dave Dutra, friend of the podcast, been on the show during the Cardboard Championship run of his career. So yeah, Dutra, he took the loss to Thornstowe. It was a good match, Brandon has his qualms about Adam Thornstowe, Reno Scum, as it may be if you listen to the regular episodes of the Bulletcast. But Thornstowe's a really good wrestler. He had a super kick on Dutra. I was like, God damn, that was legit. Like it hurt my mouth watching. This was fun. It was they chain wrestled and they weren't really high spots in this match. It was just a good match, good wrestling. They hit each other pretty hard. And yeah, man, Dutra took the L. This is my first time seeing Dutra wrestle since that night I interviewed him in AJ Kirsch. Maybe that was Bay Area Bash, King of the Indies. It was one of those shows. But yeah, so Dutra took the big L. But we see him later on in the night. We're gonna get to that. Next up, we have NorCal versus SoulCal. Giant. What was it like? It was basically a Survivor Series match. You know, the 5-on-5. But I think it was like it wasn't 8-on-8. Yeah, I believe it was 5-on-5. For the NorCal team, you had the world's freshest tag team, DJ Fresh and Alpha Zoe, friends of the show. Keita Murray, friend of the show now. Who else was with? I forgot the other guy's name that was with him. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's four. It was a fifth one. D Rogue, world's tallest cruiserweight. D Rogue. He was with the NorCal team, and then the SoulCal team. I honest to God can't remember any of their names. They had one guy. He had an amateur wrestling gimmick, and he was kind of funny. He kept aggressively tag. Oh, Judas was on the SoulCal team. I remember him. He was really good. Reminded me of Kofi Kingston. Yeah, they're the short guy, amateur wrestling gimmick guy. He kept really just tagging his partners aggressively and cost them the match. But Alpha Zoe was the sole survivor for the NorCal team, and this was a fun match. It really was. But you can't have SoulCal versus NorCal without SCU. I mean, you just can't do it. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so it was announced after the match that Alpha Zoe was going to be one of the first entrants into the APW Gold Rush Pro Young Lions Cup. That's happening next month. I think it's like December 6th or 7th, 8th, one of those dates. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's going to happen, and you see the real emotion on his face, man. DJ Fresh came out after the match. He put his vest on Alpha Zoe, kind of like James Brown put the cape on me. So that was really cool. Yeah, got to just congratulate Alpha right after the show. Told him, "Hey, awesome job, man. Hope you win in the tournament." So moving on from that, we are going to get into Young Boy Charlie, Starboy Charlie. I would talk to him about this when I interviewed him, and you could be you and Cesario 1-on-1 for the junior heavyweight title. And hey, lo and behold, this is what happened. Steven Cesario defends his APW Junior Heavyweight Championship against Starboy Charlie, and Charlie wins only by DQ because Dave Dutra makes a run and smacks Young Boy Charlie with a chair while Charlie's on the top rope, potentially almost winning the Junior Heavyweight Championship. And I'm like, is this considered child abuse? Because the kid's like, he was like 16, and Dutra's a grown man. But kayfabe wise, I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on. Dutra, he just went on and cut a very nice promo talking about how he's one of the last APW like garage guys trained that still wrestles for this promotion. And you have basically he said you have like fans like Charlie in this ring, and it's just a disgraced APW. And he wants to be called the King, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I dig it. King Dutra. I'm all for it. I really am. So I can't wait to see possibly the first APW show of 2020. We get Starboy Charlie versus Dave Dutra, King Dutra, and I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully that happens very soon. And then we are going to move on to Jacob Fatu. He was originally supposed to face Timothy Thatcher, the British Messiah, but that got changed, so he went up against Darren Young. You remember Darren Young, primetime players, former WWE Tag Team Champion? Millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars. Yeah, man. Darren Young, the Block the Hate champion. I'm sad he didn't defend the title. It's probably a good thing he didn't defend it, or else he would have lost it, because Fatu beat him. Fatu, one half of the APW Tag Team Champions. He went out there, it was a really good match, man. I really enjoyed it. Darren Young looks like he put on some size since he left WWE. It was my first time ever actually seeing him in person. I'm like, oh, well, okay. I didn't get a chance to talk to him or anything, but I'm like, okay, got some size on him. And this was a good match, good selling by Young. I don't remember. I don't remember like his matches being like this when he was in WWE. I mean, because he was always in tag matches. You didn't really have that many singles matches, especially even when he did that run with Bob Backlund a couple years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, man, this is a good match. Fatu got the big dub, got the big victory, and yeah, I mean Darren Young cuts a promo after. Oh my God, I'm getting Oh my God, I got a text message. I'll deal with that later. Yeah. So where am I going with this? Yeah, Fatu. Yeah, he got the big victory. Now Darren Young did a promo. After, and he said, it was a last-minute trip for him, but, he loves the Bay Area, loves APW. We trying to please come back and all that other stuff. So, and hopefully we do get to see him back, I always liked it. He always had charisma in WWE. Always had charisma. And he still has that charisma, especially now, and like just the size and the work rate. It looks like it's all really coming together for him since he's left WWE, and that's awesome. Hopefully, he gets to return there one day. Honestly, that'd be really cool to see. But we're gonna get to the main event. It was the APW Universal Championship match. Jake Atlas's last match in APW, although he'd be wrestling in the Bay Area next month for West Coast Pro, December 6th, I believe that is. So Atlas goes up against the British Messiah, Timothy Thatcher. Thatcher, a former two-time APW Universal Champion. First APW show I ever went to. Thatcher was on the card, and I believe he was the Universal Champion at the time. So that was really cool. I was like, oh my god, it's like 6-7 years ago. Jesus. Anyway, man. Yeah, so this was fun. There were a lot of chain wrestling in there. Not that many high spots, really. It's just because Thatcher knows how to control his pace, knows how to do what he wants. It was fun. There was a couple exchanges, and then Atlas did a cartwheel and basically bowed to him, like, come on. The slaps were hard and stiff. Jake Atlas did go for his LGB DDT. Love the move. It's a cartwheel off the top rope into a DDT. Love it. It's awesome. Thatcher, he basically stopped and blocked it, and I think he turned into a butterfly suplex, and they just kept going. They were going for it, man. And eventually Atlas, he did get up to the top rope, hit his LGB DDT for the 1-2-3, baby. And then Thatcher took the L, and Jake Atlas, his last day in the territory, did not go out on his back looking up at the lights. And yeah, man, so it was awesome. It really, really was. It was a great to see Jake Atlas's last APW match. You got to cut a promo after. Want to thank everybody, even though he's from LA, he reps San Francisco and the Bay Area just as hard, and that's awesome. That's awesome to see. And just really seeing his rise over the last couple years, the last couple APW I think I first saw him wrestle like 2 years ago, and seeing his rise since then has been tremendous. We thanked Marcus Mack, thanked everybody in the back, named a couple APW guys. And man, so Jake Atlas relinquished the APW Universal Championship, and we don't know what's going to happen with the title now. It's currently vacant. There is no heavyweight champion in APW right now, so I don't know, man. I guess Levi Shapiro, I guess he's like the head honcho, head champion in APW now, since there's currently no heavyweight champion. Talked to Will Hobbs. He had surgery, so he should be ready to wrestle in a couple weeks. He said he missed out on his title shot. Possible first show in 2020. Will Hobbs, he already has that shot. Insert whoever. And you can see Will Hobbs versus, vacant for the vacant APW Universal Heavyweight Championship. So you don't know. You're never going to know. But yeah, man, APW, last show of the year. Great show. Got to talk to the No DQ crew. Sorry. I believe her name's Cindy. She's one of the women who works with No DQ, and I think the guy's name is Chris. I see him all the time at APW, African American gentleman. He has the NWA title, the 10 pounds of gold, with him the majority of the time I see him. So I'm describing him. You've probably seen him. Of course, got to see baby Huey. Happy belated birthday again, brother. Love you so much. Got to see his brother Tommy. Always great seeing Tommy. Tommy's such a historian for this business. Just if you ever go to an APW show and you see Baby Huey, talk to his brother Tommy, man, because Tommy is a historian for this business. I need to have him on the show. He's just like an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to pro wrestling. I got to see Caesar Black. Caesar Black was on the call for a little bit, then he dipped out, and Kevin Gill took over his position. And then, of course, my boy Bimbo Jimbo James Kincaid from In the Click. I think they just dropped a new episode. I got to check it out. He was on the call. Skipped the Warriors game to be on the call for APW. The love of pro wrestling triumphs again. Yes. That was awesome to see him. And met West Ghost Design. Follow him on Instagram, guys. West, as in W-E-S-T, Ghost, G-H-O-S-T, Design, D-E-S-I-G-N. I hope I spelled that right. Jesus, God, it's late. Been up for a while. Can't really think. I got to take a picture with the West Ghost Design Championship. That was really cool. Better than the Bulletcast title, design-wise. Design-wise. We may be getting a new Bulletcast title sometime in 2020. You never know. Awesome to talk to him, finally meet him in person. And the Keita Murray interview will be up on Monday. I got like 20 minutes with him, man. We really chatted it up. I just talked about, his Kel Mitchell gimmick, Kel from Keenan and Kel and all that back in the 90s. We talked about getting a Nickelodeon Plus. I don't know what's up with this Disney stuff. And yeah, we've talked about Biggie Smalls, and he spits a little Biggie. I'm not going to tell you which song. You got to wait for the interview on Monday, but it was super chill. Keita's awesome, just a sweetheart, really nice guy. He gave me. I think we could have gotten even more out of him, because the match is another match had started when we were packing up. I was like, oh man, I got to get back in and see the rest of the show. But hopefully we get to do it again sometime in the future. Thank you, Keita, for letting me interview you, man. Thanks for reaching out. That was awesome. That was really awesome. And I got to talk to Brian Zane, maybe doing something with him in the future. You never know from Wrestling with Regret. But seriously, guys, thank you so much. APW, Marcus Mack, seriously, bro. You had to scramble at the last minute, but it was still an awesome show, kick-ass show. APW, if you live in the Bay Area, you live close to the Bay Area, never regret spending your money on a ticket for APW. I've been to every show this year. All of them have been amazing. Marcus Mack, hopefully do something with you in the future, bro. Seriously, you're a hard-working guy, and I love the product. I love the promotion. Love the product that you put out. I'm serious. All right, guys, Bulletcast will be coming to you on Friday, the regular episode Friday. Got something to do Thursday. Brandon's on the radar Tuesday. Keita Murray interview on Monday. You don't want to miss it. All right, let's have game recognize game. Play us out.
Game recognize game in the bag, man. Game recognize game in the bag, man. Game recognize game in the bag, man.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.